Good evening, welcome back to Race Space, where we are returning for 7 and 8 of the Mega TC rounds. Joining me from the darkness is K9. How's it going, man?
Yeah, good. It's good to have electricity for one.
Yeah, makes a change.
It's been a while since I've been on commentary with you, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah, obviously Callum
trying to
doing
think
a mega job.
Yeah, when was the last time we did commentary together? Fuck, probably long time ago.
Yeah, definitely seems a while. It's been a while since I joined Callum last week, and we've thrown him into a car this week. So let's see how he gets on.
Good luck to everyone else.
Yeah, we did hear of some testing that he'd been doing, and he'd been testing in the wrong vehicle. So if that's the how the night's going to go for him, yeah, he's going to do well. But using my car as well, so hope he doesn't have any toiletries in the race car.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so we were just waiting for Kieran, but I see he's back now, and I think everybody is good to go. Thumbs up, it's time. I'm just gonna double check my settings, because it's been a while. I obviously missed the last round for load shedding. But I don't know if you can spot any errors, but I think I'm good to go.
It's looking good from my side. Not enough rain, really. But now it's all looking good from here.
Alright. I'll throw something else in the mix here the guys weren't expecting.
I see the time just suddenly changed. Quite a good turnout for this as well. Good number of cars on there. So. Yeah,
it's a pity. I don't know if Roy has got his load shedding at the moment, but we haven't seen them in a while. But it's a nice lineup. Volpeak's also able to join, so that's good. I haven't seen. This will be my first time watching live that Volpeak's is racing this season.
Right.
This new sort of style we've been doing, this 2 races on one night, also makes it weird that like you say 7 and 8, but it only feels like the other day it started.
Yeah. They soon fly by, don't they, when they're doing 2 rounds per night. Fair enough, some good racing though.
Yeah, it's been good. Little sprints is sort of the in thing now with all the real racing as well. I don't know. Obviously they do a little bit of sprints in F1 now. But also this year, I don't know if you follow MotoGP at all, but they're doing sprints at every round in MotoGP, and that's throwing up some epic racing too. So
yeah, should be. Haven't actually seen any of the MotoGP, but yeah, short blast racing.
I followed a bit lately. We've got a South African guy in there riding the KTM, Brad Binder. He's been doing pretty well by the looks of things. At least we got one good South African racer out there. So they're exiting the pit lane there. It's quite an interesting pit exit at this track. If you check here, what a lot of the guys do that's wrong is they go straight across right there. But I'm glad to see all the guys tonight taking the correct way out.
It is tight on that corner there, and it normally you can run out wide, even just exiting.
Yeah, you got to be slow. Especially in a race, sometimes trying to push hard, you see guys coming around that corner, and you try to push extra hard out the pit. You can end up in the sand.
Yeah, not much grass runoff around here.
No, not much grass, to be honest.
See Volpeak's warming his tyres there, very aggressive.
It's quite aggressive.
That's, I always thought this was quite a hot circuit where tyres warm up pretty much after 1 lap anyway, but if anyone needs a tip, if anyone needs a tip on how to get a fast lap in, I'm sure he'll be up between the sharp end of the qualifying results.
I love that section of the track. It's that one. If if you're brave enough and you get it right, you can actually catch people a lot there. Like I said, you've got to be brave.
But when it goes wrong, when it goes wrong, 0 to 0 in a 360 or more.
Yeah, and it can go wrong very easily. It's just one lapse of concentration. The problem with that as well is you usually know when it's going to go wrong because you can feel it before you get to that turn. You just can't do anything about it.
No. Nice turn one there for Volpeaks. He's got them tyres warmed up in the window that he needs, so he'll be setting the pace. But I think Kenny's leading the championship in here at the moment, as Volpeaks missed a couple of races.
Yeah, I have to admit I haven't had much electricity at good times lately. Obviously, like load shedding isn't just when you get home from work, so they
no.
They like to do it all day long, but a lot of the time when I get home from work, that's when my load shedding starts. I come home so I can sit in darkness.
Almost giving you a reason to do overtime.
Yeah, almost, because at work we've got a generator. So, but anyways, I spend a lot of time in darkness lately. I just haven't got around to all the stuff I need to do, unfortunately. But I will try give it a look very soon. But I'm pretty sure just by going by things, Volpeaks obviously I think he's only done 2 of the rounds. So even though did he win last week? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he had quite a dominant week double races. I think just off the top of my head.
But even with that, he'd obviously be up for contention. But he just missed 4 rounds before that, I think. So. It wouldn't likely be that he's leading. Kenny, I know, has had a solid one. Palm was competing with him when I last checked, but I don't know how Palm did last week. I
think he was up there. As you say, he's very competitive in these cars. Yeah, can't quite remember off the top of my head. It's been one of them days where you just can't think back.
No, that's every day for me at this point.
Volpeaks diving in with 124 in his first flying lap, 126 from Jeff.
But he was ready, he paced himself on that outlap to get his car in the right condition. Joff, he's up there with second, he's on a 126. He was just telling us how he wasn't even practicing in this car, he's been practicing rallycross. So I want to check when he goes off the track. I want to see how he goes on the dirt. We'll see if his practice paid off.
Yeah, I mean, like practicing rallycross, you could probably drift that entire first corner.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of smoke right now, so we're not very impressed.
But now these cars can be quite twitchy, I found, when I was having a go. But
yeah, they are a bit twitchy, but I think sometimes, like, twitchy obviously can be tricky to drive, but it allows you to do quite quick little changes and things can make for some close, interesting racing. We've seen some good ones this season, actually. There was good racing there. Was it round 1 and 2? I think it was the Sequita round. Palm had a crazy performance there. There was a lot of close racing. And then...
Talking to Palm, is the closest one to Volpeaks at the moment.
He's doing his rallycross, he's just showing us there. He got it back on track pretty quick. I don't know if that was the rallycross kicking in or what. Let's check Palm there as he jumps over that bump.
See if he can go quicker on this lap. He's, 7/10 away, so...
I don't know if all the guys realize what change I made before, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go from this qualifying into the race. We'll see how many were prepared for it.
Palm not going quicker on that one. Meanwhile, Kenny's dived in, snuck in just in front of Palm.
Palm had a bit of a twitch there coming out of that last corner. I don't know if you caught it there.
Yeah.
That could have just shaved a bit of time off.
Too much throttle just coming out of that last turn. That's normally my, you know, you'll have an epic lap and then on the last turn you'll give it too much of a bootful and end up doing a half spin or something.
If I remember right, Palm, when we were at Sakita, he was drifting quite a lot. Like, his driving style's a lot different to Kenny.
Nice through there, carrying a lot of speed, just clips the dirt, but nothing to be worried about. Very tidy through the corkscrew.
Corkscrew. That's what it's called. That's what it's called in this championship. Corkscrew. That's the benefit of being a commentator. You can say whatever you want. That's what it is.
That's what it is. We've renamed it. So I'm just wondering whether the tyres now, they seem to have done it in the first couple of laps, whether the tyres just get up a little bit too hot.
With these cars, how are you finding, do you find that the tyres are taking long to warm up in the other rounds? Or?
No, of course it's all down to different circuits on temperature relation, but no, on these cars I was struggling with temperature getting a bit too hot for my liking.
Over here we've got the Punk, you can see just getting some dirt on those tyres.
Sitting there comfortably in fourth.
I think he's had a pretty decent championship too.
Yeah. I know when I was in the car, between me, Gutterpunk and Jeff, we were always somewhere around the mix. Sometimes I'd out-qualify them, but they'd always hound me in the chat and get me to spin. That was my signature move, was to make a mistake during the race. So. Callum there not doing too bad, jumping into the car for the first time. Sat in the pits.
Looks like he's doing well in the pits there.
Yeah, safest place for him.
and for everyone else. Here we got Speed Pilot. I'm glad he's joining more of the races these days. It's good to get some more frequent members.
Not too far off the pace either, Speed Pilot. He's
no, most of the championships he's joined lately he's been doing pretty well. He joined obviously that other touring car championship we did, and the races he joined there he didn't do too bad at all. He was sort of competing midfield upwards, which is always good.
A lot of the guys diving straight into the pits now, happy with their positions.
As he goes to corkscrew. Let's take a quick look. Where's M9? M9 is somewhere, but he's not here. Oh, there he's in the pits. Something happened to him.
Similar looking liveries, Speed Pilot in M9.
Yeah, with a light blue. I don't know why, but there's something about this Speed Pilot's livery. I don't know if it's like it's giving like Williams or BMW kind of livery, and I just can't tell why.
Yeah. I can see the resemblance in that.
Yeah, something maybe like an old BMW Williams or something. I don't know. But Tom crosses the line. Alright, this is the starting order. Callum says on the chat here, Carl and Mark, you are dead for telling me that I should stay in the pits. Well, I don't feel dead.
Well, I think he should concentrate on listening to the...
I think he should concentrate on
the car,
what time it is. I think that's what he should concentrate on.
Looking good at night with the Has the circuit got some lights around it, or will it be... Yeah,
The
there's got a few
cars
there.
are looking pretty lit. I think there's sections of the track that's probably more lit than others, but the cars have got lights, so as long as they don't crash, you should be able to see where they're going.
That's one thing that I found with this car. It's very temperamental. The slightest bit of a knock or graze against the wall, it does seem to give you quite a bit of damage.
That's what it looks like from the back of the grid. It's looking forward. Must say I really like the look of these cars. It's like all wide and aggressive.
Definitely got the stance right, hasn't it? It's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just going to make it a little bit tricky sometimes to find the braking points for these guys out on the track, especially if you're in a bit of a train. And
Especially if you off and you didn't practice.
Where's Joff? And especially if you're Joff and you've got Callum right behind you.
Yeah, he's got Callum right there. Callum set a great time for being in the pits the entire qualifying. Alright, let's check out front. We've got the Italian flag flying there in the front. Flames out the back. And off we go. Epic launch from Kenny.
That was a great start by Kenny. He's going to be trying to get around.
Oh! Impact in the back there. I think that's Callum and Speed Pilot.
I think so.
Oh, someone up the inside. That's Joff. He takes out all the leaders, and that's Volpeaks there, spun around. That puts Gutterpunk is the lucky one there, and out front he goes. Hopefully none of the guys picked up too much damage, because, jeez, I wasn't expecting that. That was out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was like the tornado coming up the inside. I think Joff just missed his braking point and couldn't do nothing about it.
I just saw a French flag take out an Italian flag right there.
But yeah, Gutterpunk breaking out of the way, but he has got Kenny, which I don't think Kenny would have picked up too much damage from all of that.
But Kenny, remember, I think Kenny was on the outside of Volpeaks, so he could have clipped him. I don't know if it could have given him any damage, but that would have meant he probably stayed a bit further back, which allowed Gutterpunk probably up the inside. There was a lot of action there. I didn't quite see how it went down. But yeah, he's already, I think in the corkscrew he just got a bit closer to to Gutterpunk.
Side by side racing.
Good close
Gutterpunk's
racing.
coming back at him.
Like this.
Ooh, good shooting. Oh, just overshot it.
Runs it wide. Just got to be careful. There's Volpeaks comes up the inside.
Palm not too far behind as well.
Ooh,
bit of drift.
Close. This is some epic side-by-side racing, I have to say. Up he goes. Volpeaks into second. Oh, wide there by Palm, but he's managed to keep it on track.
Meanwhile, just behind them is Callum, so all that sitting in the pits.
How did Callum get back in this? He was like, he spun off the start.
Yeah, he's showing some race pace.
Unless that's just his internet. It looked like he spun, but he didn't, maybe. The game's just realized he's still in the race and it's shot him to the front of the grid.
So what's Kenny? Kenny got nearly a 2-second lead.
Palm running wide there in the background again.
Ooh.
It's just a bit of a spin. So Callum's going to come overtake him there. Callum says thank you very much.
Does look a bit twitchy.
He's doing your number proud there.
Yeah, that's that car's dead to me now. It's been used and abused.
It's marked for destruction after this this round.
Yeah.
To be honest, it doesn't need to be marked. It probably will get destroyed at some point tonight.
But he's not doing too bad, I'll give him that. But Volpeak's right on the bumper of Kenny now. So he's...
Yeah. This is going to be a good battle. We know Kenny doesn't usually break under pressure.
In the past couple of championships between these two, because it is so close between them, we have seen unfortunate contact between them. And
yeah, and the person that would benefit from that right now is Gutterpunk, who's not too far off at all.
Yeah, I must say I've received some of that unfortunate between themselves. I've come on the beneficiary of that.
Oh, well, and, fortunate for you.
I'll take that.
Everyone's misfortune is someone else's fortune, I guess.
Yeah. Volpeak's not got a answer for Kenny at the moment. Kenny doing enough to just break that toe again?
Let's take a quick look here at the back. So I think Speed Pilot off the line was involved in a bit of an accident, so he's sitting there in 6th. Also not too far off the guys in front by the looks of it. Then Joff doesn't look like he's got any lights from that contact that he had earlier. So, driving in darkness, that could be a problem. And then we've got M9 there, he's got some lights, so if he catches up to Joff, he can maybe help him out.
I was going to say, with Joff on my screen I have got lights, but it depends on what it's showing.
Okay.
It's another one of them situations, but Palm hounding Callum now, pressurising him.
Callum up into 3rd, so Kenny's crashed.
Oh, missing that.
Kenny's in 6th.
Not too far off the back of him. I think Palm flashing Callum there. I saw a big flash of lights, adding that pressure.
On the corkscrew.
You're doing really well.
People are going to be watching this stream at some point. They'll be like, where is the corkscrew? I've never heard of this section of track before. We need to quickly go create a wiki page.
Commentator's got a speech impediment.
Yeah, why do both commentators have a speech impediment? It's the special league.
Ah, dear. Callum dive bombing Palm there into turn 1. Coming back at him.
Not too much contact though, I think it was okay.
It's brought this pack really close together now, so...
Yeah, because now Kenny's up on the back of them as well. Only guys right now happy at the moment is obviously Gutterpunk and Volpeak's up front.
So Gutterpunk was keeping with Volpeak's there, like he wasn't too far away, was he? So
yeah.
See, the lap times are pretty close.
Callum's not doing too bad under pressure as well. Into the corkscrew.
I quite liked it then. Callum's brake lights were flaring up Palm's front grille, and the red.
Oh, contact between those two. Callum, he's not going to be happy about that. Good donut though.
On the rev limiter, as it was donutting.
Kenny back up into 3rd, so he's the beneficiary of that impact. Speed Pilot also jumped up 2 positions there, I think, into 4th.
He's 12 seconds behind the leader, so not much chance, I'd say, of Kenny catching Volpeak's now, or...
Oh, never say never. Can always be an accident. All it takes is to lose concentration going into the corkscrew, and his car could be a bit screwed. Palm all over the back of Speed Pilot now. Oh, is that Kenny runs it wide?
Well out wide then.
I wonder if he's got any like damage from the start of the race maybe, because he's struggling a lot more than I think from Kenny. Super close here between these two. Palm's just got to keep it calm and not try and push too hard or too early that he
dives up the inside.
Again. I think he's got it there. So into third for Palm.
Speed Pilot
is still on the back of him.
Yeah, he's having a good run. He looks solid, Speed Pilot, and in the mix to still
looks
try
up
and
the
take
inside.
a He's going to have the switch back here and have the inside.
Oh, come together.
Regains the track pretty quickly. But, I did notice Kenny had went wide in turn 1 when Speed and Palm were battling. But that little bit of contact has just brought him back into the mix with Palm.
So someone that's benefited from all this action is Joff. He's up into 5th. Is it just me or did Speed Pilot turn his lights off there? His lights were on and then they went off on my screen. Maybe he's trying to do stealth mode. He doesn't want Joff to know.
Yeah, it's Kenny again.
Kenny's struggling here. He's down into 6th. Joff into 4th. So Joff has really brought things back here. Kenny into the pits. I think too much damage.
See missing a headlight as he drove in.
So that means this is the man that everyone's trying to beat right now. I was checking social media over the weekend. You see they were doing that. Was it a 24 hours of Nürburgring?
Right.
Of the Nordschleife or whatever. And yes, it looked like all the cars were dropping like flies. Every time I turned on social media, it was like, this car's out, this car's out. Sometimes we have races like that.
Yeah. Well, it's, you've still got Gutterpunk in second. He's had a solid run.
Yeah,
stayed out of trouble.
And the nice thing for him now as well is, I mean, he's not one of those drivers where he's going to win based on pure speed. So obviously he's hoping maybe Volpeaks makes a mistake or something, but all he needs to do is not make any mistakes of his own, and it seems that that's what he's been able to do so far. He's just running a good race. He doesn't have any pressure from behind right now, and yeah, you just got to keep it clean and hope for the best. And he's really not that far off of Volpeaks, to be honest.
No, it's just Gutterpunk is one mistake from Volpeaks, and he'd be past him, wouldn't he? But
Speed Pilot up into 4th. Turned his lights back on by the looks of things.
So he did get past Joff, because Joff was up into 4th, wasn't he, at one point?
Yeah, he did. He must have got past with stealth mode and turned his lights back on. He did that like a scene from Batman. Joff was just racing in the dark by himself. He didn't even see him creep up on him, and then he was just like, "I'm Batman," and then he like stuffed off past him.
He's done it again. Yeah, he's.
Yeah. Maybe he's saving electricity. He's heard how us South Africans are struggling with load shedding, and he wants to do his part. He wants to contribute, save some electricity there. Doesn't want to have to charge his batteries up after this. Or he's got a faulty light.
And Jeff as well. Jeff has now turned his lights off. He's trying to play the cunning trick of surprise attack on Speed Pilot. What are we on, lap 10 of 17?
Yeah. Let's see what it looks like at night here. No, it's not that dark. Look how bright these lights are.
Yeah. It was a tricky corner, that one, just over the brow blind entry.
Because it's a fast one, so you feel like you gotta go fast and can go horribly wrong. Into the corkscrew.
You're not gonna let me live that down, are you?
That's what it's called now, from now on. We're not allowed to call it anything else.
Yeah, there's plenty of light around the track. I don't think anybody would have too many issues.
And it's clear weather. It's not like that Hockenheim that one time. Let's see what's going on with Callum here. Ooh, your car doesn't look too good.
Nah, it looks about normal when I had to go.
Missing a bumper.
Yeah, I always found it pretty hard to drive with no front bumper. It lost a lot of downforce on them front tyres. No lights, no bumper, no budget to repair it.
Well, I was telling Tom, because he asked why aren't you driving, and I was like, well, the team can't afford Mark, so they've had to find another driver at short notice.
Yeah, I've been reassigned to the BMW contract. So,
Your contract with BMW states you can't drive a Renault for more than 2 rounds. So.
Ooh. Just lit it up too much. Yeah, it did.
I wonder what M9's contract says, because he works for McLaren.
The way that their season's going, I think they're free to drive anything fast.
He's keeping his options open.
Maybe that was a bit too below the belt, but it's who's that catching him? So that's
well, he's at the back of
it's Volpix. Yeah, Volpix. So Volpix pulled quite clear now, 8 seconds on Gotterpunk, so as long as he gets past M9 cleanly.
I wonder if like Volpix ever gets... Ooh, that's how you don't do the corkscrew correctly. But I wonder if Volpix ever thinks during a race like, okay, I'm far enough ahead now, I don't have to push anymore. But I don't think he does. I think guys like Volpix and Kenny, they just keep pushing the entire race.
Yeah, they only see like checkered flags, like the Matrix, but they see in checkered flags. It's like they don't know how to slow down. Once they're in the groove, I think they find the rhythm.
Like me, I set a good couple laps and I'm like, okay, I just have to keep the car on track now. Not these guys. It's like good lap, good lap, good lap.
Yeah, he's been banging in 126s repetitively. Palm 126.6, so he's on the similar sort of pace.
Yeah, he was just involved in too many things going on track. These black cars looking real dark at night. So the real reason we did a night race now is just I wanted guys to see the kind of darkness we sit in most nights in South Africa. It's much darker than this. We don't have floodlights.
No.
This is the load shedding round of the series. From now on, we're only going to race night races to emphasize load shedding. I think someone that's going to be happy here is Speed Pilot.
Yeah, solid result. 4th place.
Yeah, I'd be happy with 4th place. I think you've managed to get a podium this season, or 2.
Might have scraped one in. Notice Callum's back in the pits. He's given up.
No, his team is just they're just cleaning his car there. He's washing it.
They're just standing there now, just telling him, look, no budget left, just get out.
There's we've got nothing you can do. You can stand here and make it look like we're doing something, but yeah, it's pretty much just blood, sweat and tears at this point, holding it together. Spit and elbow grease.
Still on lap 14 and Volpeaks is apexes, he's hitting everyone, his car not moving around underneath him.
Yeah, I don't think guys like Volpeaks know what a not apex looks like. What is the opposite of an apex? I don't even know. Like,
follow any of my videos.
If you want to watch a tutorial, you can find me at K9_3234.
Do the opposite of what I do is
yeah, I do tutorials on how not to drive if you want to become a better racer.
It's yeah, pretty much the same. My accelerator, it's either on or off. Might as well just give me a button.
Well, I thought that's what it was. It wasn't an accelerator, it's the X button you use, right?
Yeah.
X for go, square for stop. And the square button's broken.
And I never used my foot brake, it's always the handbrake.
These cars don't have handbrakes, so...
I know, yeah, so I go too fast into corner and...
that's why you don't brake.
Have to give it a Scandinavian flick.
Yes, I was thinking the other day, it's been long since we had our other Italians race with us. The 2 brothers. It would have been cool to see them go up against Volpeaks. I don't think we ever got a race where it was Volpeaks and them.
No, I don't think we did.
Could have had a good Italian battle, I think.
Yeah, because they were fast as well, and...
yeah, on the right day in the right car, they were quicker than Kenny sometimes, even. And unless they had to go to the toilet. There's that one infamous round where
extra
Carlo
pit
was
stop.
winning the race, he had to pit like 3 times to go to the toilet. It was on like the last lap as well. It was a weird one. The joys of sim racing.
Volpeaks is every lap 126 point something. It's that's impressive to be so consistent.
Yeah, we're just sitting on him now. We're just hoping he does something wrong so that we know he's not a machine. Like at this point, he could be a bot.
Volpeaks is AI. It's
the Volbot. Yeah, the He's just an Italian computer program. He's just, yeah, I guess, what is it? It's throttle control, good braking points.
And good
Everything
wine.
I don't do.
I think it's good wine as well, like the Italians.
Yeah, probably. And food. He's probably not hungry.
Yeah. He's had a nice family dinner all afternoon. And
Yeah.
put him in the right frame of mind for an epic race.
I'm trying to think now. They don't have any Italian F1 drivers right now, do they?
Not that I know of, no.
There was a stage where there was a lot of Italians in F1. Now there's like none. Strange.
We could put Volpix's name forward.
Yeah. And he has to race under the name Volpix. He can't race under any other name.
Solid performance by Volpix.
Great race there. Gatapunk also. He obviously not quite getting those kind of lap times, but epic consistency just to stay second. Basically from the start of the race.
Yeah, he's happy with that.
Yeah, flash of the lights there. Here's a guy that pushes hard, sometimes a bit too hard for his own good, but definitely fast. We'll give him that. His palm.
Definitely is fast, especially in these cars. He's really enjoying these. Just
yeah. And Speed Pilot. He's also going to be happy with that.
Good performance by him.
I think Joff didn't expect that after his start he had.
Yeah, I think turn one, and then I saw him face planting the barrier, so he's probably picked up damage from the word go.
And then here's another guy we didn't expect to be where he is, but that's Kenny. Where did it all go wrong? In the points though, this is going to benefit some of the other guys. Not sure if it'll be enough for anyone, but we'll see. Yeah, good racing there from all the guys.
So actually, Kenny with the fastest lap there, over 25.4. It's a fraction quicker than Volpix, but overall the consistency of Volpix.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, keeping it on track. To see Tom there, he says Yahoo in the chat, so he's happy with that. Maybe it's a throw to the American track as well, Yahoo. Isn't that what Americans say? I don't know. It sounds American.
Yeah, I'll definitely go with that. I'd say it's more of a Texas thing, would you?
Yeah, probably.
Callum,
so we
Callum not too happy in the YouTube chat there. I think he's slightly miffed. I'll put it in a lighter-hearted context.
Did he get corkscrewed?
Definitely did.
Alright, so we're going now to Sonoma, and we knock it down 2 laps, because it's a bit of a longer track. Alright, the guys are probably not going to put their thumbs up, so I'm going to go. I don't think we lost anyone in that last one.
Solid connections all round.
Yeah. How's the weather there in the UK, Mark?
Oh, pretty average summertime, yeah. Average,
Summertime.
yeah, average temperatures of what, 20 degrees at the moment.
Yeah, we've been having
Dry.
some cold weather here. I don't know what to do with myself.
You've been having some cold weather of 20 degrees, and we've been having some warm weather of 20
No,
degrees.
I think we've been down to like 7. I honestly don't know what to do with myself. I just, yeah.
Crikey. Yeah, it's
I'm not prepared for this kind of weather. I grew up in the Middle East, lived here in this country. I'm not a cold person.
that's why you've chose these two circuits tonight, both warm climates, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to warm up so that that I feel warm during the week. Talking of cold, here's Mr. Iceman himself. Volpeaks.
I always think this is quite a tricky circuit. It's this first section, especially the first turn.
I like this track a lot. It's very sort of technical. Like you say, it's quite tricky, but at the same time, when you get it right, it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
I see Punk's already got a penalty. 1 grid place penalty. Speeding in the pits. Just a bit too excited after his position in the last race. He probably launched in the pit and he went, "Yeehaw!" and then like got his penalty. These days it could have been either for speeding in the pits or it could have been because, I don't know, maybe you're not allowed to say stuff like that in America now. Probably someone get offended. I know they get offended for a lot less in other places of the world. So.
In America, they'll probably just get a gun out and shoot you, though. Who took the wrong line then on that circuit? Was it Volpeaks or the car that was following him?
I don't know.
I saw one car go one way and Volpeaks go the other way.
I was taking my jersey off. I'm starting to get a bit hot here now. Wait and see.
This is the normal layout, is it? I'd say.
Yeah, this is the GP, the big one.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking fast there. I did an epic race here once on Project Cars 1. I was leading the race. It was like a full lobby. We were racing GT3 cars. I couldn't believe my luck. The race was going epic. I got right to the friggin' last lap on that last corner where you have to go into that like tight hairpin.
Flare pin, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah,
this time.
the flare pin next to the corkscrew, but but I was getting right up into that last corner, and as you exit the last corner, let's see if we can find anyone that's there so I can demonstrate.
That was...
Where's anyone? There's someone's going. Let's try. So
M9, wasn't it?
there you can see coming around here. If you look on the left side, I think it was slightly different there. But you can see all the tires there.
Yeah.
In Project Cars 1, there was a tire that used to stick out just in the wrong place there. And I clipped it right on the last, just before the finish line. And I was just stuck there, my wheel ripped off, and you must know how hard it is to do that in a GT3 car. And I had to sit there with my front wheel missing, planted in the wall, watching everyone pass me over the finish line. I was so demotivated.
Questioning your life, questioning your car choice.
Yeah. It was a BMW actually, it was a Z4.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with them.
I remember the day. I remember the day. Probably remember the time. Even remember the people I was racing. Volpeak's on the top of the leaderboard with a 132. Kenny 133. Joff's the guy that doesn't practice, 134.
He's looking strong out on this circuit. Just one to keep an eye on turn 1. Can be known as the torpedo.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a torpedo or a bowling ball. He was spiraling while he was doing it. Torpedoes don't spiral.
Don't they twist? They did. I think they did.
Possibly. I'm not a torpedo expert. A frisbee, maybe. Frisbee.
He's looking comfortable on this one at the moment, Jeff. He's
Kenny's actually up into first with the 131. Oh, Volpeak's onto straight back with the 131 of his own. It's like, no, you don't.
That's nothing more than a kick in the teeth, is it? You go top and it lasts for a couple of seconds. You're like, oh, right, okay.
That happens too much in this community, though. You can't sleep in qualifying. Let's take a quick look at Callum. Callum said he was fuming, but I'm not seeing any smoke. Well, his car looks a bit damaged on my screen. I don't know about yours, but could be some fumes. Unless it's just damage that's carried on from the previous race. His team didn't have the money to repair it.
No, I'd say that's fresh. That's like graffiti down the one side of the car. Maybe he's fuming that much he got out and graffitied it.
Yeah.
He's still good. I mean, well, good save.
Good drift.
Yeah.
Good drift. Is that the proper route, though? I don't know.
Yeah. As you can clearly see from that, he's on controller tonight because it's not smooth inputs. But
yeah, well,
maybe enjoying it.
He keeps using controller as an excuse now, but he chooses controller when he has the option of the wheel and the controller anyway. So
Jeff just glanced in the wall there, saw a spark or two coming off. Probably the fiberglass body kit.
Let's take a look at M9. I haven't seen too much of him tonight.
Ooh, just locked up.
Rallycross line there, Joker lap. I do usually like that downhill section. That's quite a cool part of the track. It's very fast. You just got to make sure you get your line right.
Yeah, it's easy for it to be pushed on, out wide, coming around that section. Always looks nicely under control, M9, like planted and car not twitching around underneath him too much.
Yeah, he's doing quite well in the racing these days. Hasn't obviously raced as long as some of the other guys, but not doing bad at all. So 1 minute until we start the final round of this series. I'm going to take a wild guess here, and I'm going to say that it's not going to be Volpeak's, Kenny, or Palm that wins this one. It's going to be Callum. Callum's going to win.
That's a big call. But you can never rule out anything, can you?
Yeah, you see, isn't he in a hotel? There's probably someone good at racing there. Call him into his room, come race. But no, I don't know. He didn't do too bad in the last round. He could do quite well. Could be that the front three take each other out.
Yeah, we know on controller as well. Callum will get an excellent launch.
Yeah, and at the moment he's starting in 6th. Let's just hope he didn't pick up tips from Joff in the last start.
Again, Gutterpunk just out qualifying Joff. Could he do another kind of like, oh, nice drift. Yeah, Gutterpunk, could he just let them three battle it out in the first couple of turns and he comes through and...
I've always had a special place for the number 14. It was actually my last when I used to race motocross. It was my last racing number I had. It's 14. So it more or less looks like this is where the guys are going to finish. Callum out-qualified Joff.
Just dived a late lap in there. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah. No, Joff got him right at the end. Also, Gutterpunk gets a 2 grid place penalty, so does that come into effect after the screen then?
I think it does, yeah, after the screen. Yeah, Gutterpunk down in 6th.
Yeah, it does. He's down to 6th, so Joff and Callum will be happy with that. I like how the livery there, hold my keys.
We better not, Callum, otherwise you won't be going anywhere off the line.
This is probably the last good shot we'll get of all the guys' liveries this season. Some nice liveries on these cars. But that's obviously your favorite one. It's your colors as well. It's your green and blue.
Yeah, more of a light fluorescent lime green, isn't it, rather than like normally a bold green.
You like a darker green as the blue. It's my kind of green. I like this kind of green.
See Callum there, sat there, holding on for dear life in his car.
Holding his controller.
it does. Wouldn't the driver normally be sat behind the rear wing though if it was Callum?
Yeah. I think I could see him lying on the roof.
Gets a good launch though. Good launch.
Let's see if there's any action like the previous race.
Well, Peak's already a couple of car lengths clear. Callum, don't think diving for a move there.
Oof, someone looked like they were out of control down that hill. No, I think they saved it. I don't know, Gutterpunk dropped down to the back. Something's happened there. Well, we got Palm right up on the back of Kenny there. So they just got to be careful. They don't want to be caught up in an accident again and just let Volpeaks get away.
Palm having a lot, just showing his nose. See, Palm, it's one of his signature things to always have his lights on, isn't it? Is that because it's like
I think
the
he
load
does it
shedding?
to apply a bit of. I think he does it to apply a bit of pressure to people.
I thought it might be because of load shedding. He
Yeah, he just uses
whenever
all the
he gets
power
the
he can.
opportunity, I have my lights on.
It can also be because he works for the power company. Yeah, maybe he has to. Maybe it's part of his contract. He has to.
Gets a discount on
Yeah.
power supply. He's pushing. He's running out wide a little bit.
That can be his new nickname in the community, Electro.
Yeah.
So if Kenny wins this, he's gonna have won another championship. Like, can't someone else win for a change?
He's
no, but he's good. He definitely definitely does a good job.
Always consistently up there and just bagging the points.
But I wouldn't say it's that much of an easy job. I mean, he's sleeping one day, he can lose to most guys in the community. I wouldn't say there's anyone specifically that doesn't have a chance to win on their good day. Take a look at Joff here in his French car with the French flag.
Callum not too far behind him, so he's
big loss of control there into the tyres.
Second time tonight for Joff, where he's face planted the tyre wall.
That's because he's only been practicing rallycross. He only knows how to do 4 laps.
So Callum up into 4th. He's going to be over the moon with that. Just got another 12 laps to keep it on the black stuff.
I don't know how it looks your side. I don't know how it looks your side, but his car, you can see on my screen, is a little bit like, not twitchy in the sense of the car is twitchy, but like more in the sense of his connection. You can tell he's not on his usual connection there.
Yeah. I am getting that. These three just evenly spaced now. Just gonna wait for.
It's looking close between them, even though it's a bit of space. It's pretty close. It just takes one of them to make a mistake. I'd love to be this fast. I don't know about you, but I'd love to be able to compete in these battles up front for such long periods of time.
We can't. We just go on board in the commentator. We are that fast.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh wow! Damn, I'm good. Look at all these apexes I'm hitting.
Yeah, so smooth on the steering inputs and stuff, which is. Yeah, I'd be normally full lock.
Yeah, me too. Full power. But Kenny, even in the rallycross, has always driven the car on rails. I don't know how he manages to do it, but always paid off for him. That's why he's the guy that's won the most championships in rally fighters.
just made some big gains on Volpix on that last lap. He'll close that gap in a little bit.
I think also Palm just falling a little bit off there.
I think it's because we jumped on board with Kenny. He just knew we were doing that, so he went a little bit faster. So
Yeah, well, technically, I think part of our skill rubbed off on him. I mean, you would have thought with 3 people in the car, the weight would have been more, and we would have been a bit slower.
Yeah, I've still got my winter weight on as well, so you know, just come out of winter. So
the angle we were looking at, it looked like we were sitting on his lap. So I don't know how he saw over the top of us.
A bit like when you're learning to drive when you're a kid sitting on your dad's knee. You do the pedals, I'll do the steering wheel.
Well, that's why by the time we were doing the steering wheel.
Yeah, he's right under the bumper of Volpix now, so...
He's found some time there somewhere in the lap, obviously.
So Volpix will be checking his mirror and just banging in virtually identical lap times there. A couple of attempts between
He's also not one to usually buckle under pressure, though.
I think Palm must have had a bit of a moment on his own because he's dropped 13 seconds down now off these two.
Probably just trying to push a bit too hard. I know with him he pushes extra hard sometimes, maybe a bit harder than he should, and it just catches him out now and again. Sometimes I think even if you're not quite on pace with Volpix or something, or Kenny, just to try and at least do your fastest laps consistently that you can do will sort of keep you more in contention. Sometimes you're trying to push too hard and obviously have a spin or a slide.
Just see that we've lost Callum.
Yeah, Callum's retired.
He's decided to go into the pits, onto the trailer and drive home straight away. Unfortunate for him. And my car, it was, you know, it was doing alright out there, but his choice.
To finish the race, or what? To win the race, first you must finish.
It's definitely good to have a bit of stamina in life, you know. See things through that you start.
Yeah.
Volpix just opened up that gap again. Couple of car lengths.
So we're about halfway through now. Let's take a look at Speed Pilot. Oof, into the pits he goes. A bit of damage there. Looks like the nose is a bit shorter.
Ah, there's
See Callum having a bit of a rant on the group there. I might have to speak to him about that later. But anyways, Volpix. Volpix probably driving past the pit and thinking, why are all the cars pulled in there?
I didn't know it was a mandatory pit stop race.
Yeah. I didn't know the race was over.
Kenny still within that second though window of him. So he's,
Yeah, they keep. It's like Volpix finds a bit of time, then Kenny finds it back. And very back and forth between these two. still anyone's race out of the two of them. I think Volpeaks will be thinking he wishes he could have made it to all the races, because he's been dominating all the ones he's raced.
Yeah, I think he's been a bit busy with college work,
Yeah,
studying. Yeah.
All those things true racers don't do. No. Yeah, I think he's been studying pretty much. I mean, I don't know how many years he's been with us, but been studying most of those years. So now and again he misses a race here or there. But even with that, still one of our most frequent drivers. So always nice to have him on track, showing us how to do it right.
So half a second between these two now. So I think Kenny always enjoys it as well, having someone to race against on his pace.
Yeah.
Ooh, bit of a wobble there from Volpeaks, so he's pushing.
Just trying a bit too hard there. Kenny's right up on the back of him now. But like you say, I think over the years, Kenny probably one of the most long-time frequent members we had. Not really missing any racing, but he's obviously raced some very fast people over the years. There was obviously Berries, there was Dusty. A lot more than that, and yeah, we just lost a couple of them recently to wherever they went, but Volpeak's a nice addition again. Sometimes I think, how would it be if all these people stayed? We had a mega lineup, but
just through that last section, Kenny just had a bit of an issue somewhere, just dropping that little bit of time. It was looking like it was going to be move on.
Yeah, very interesting how the race is going for these two. Start to like get on the edge of your seat and just relax it, and get back on the edge of your seat and relax. Let's take a look at Palm. The only red car on the grid.
Still putting in fast laps. Ooh, good save in a way though. I know he...
I can't remember if it was, I think it was Sakito. He did a mega drift, we got it on the stream, and he saved it. It was probably, if we could get a video of that, that's probably save of the season. Take a look at Joff, the French flag. When he first chose that car, I said, "Why are you using a French flag?" He says, "No, it's the Netherlands flag." I said, "Well, you'd have to nosedive into the floor for it to be the Netherlands flag."
It's definitely French. I know he lives on the border with Germany, but it can't be too far away from France as well, can it? They're all in that same area. Somewhere over there.
It's all the same, especially to us Africans, Europeans. Europe's just like the United Kingdom. All the same. All these Americans and Europeans, it's the same thing.
Yep.
but it's still cool. I enjoy thinking sometimes about all this racing we've done over the years and how many different nationalities we've seen in it. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and we never really, for a long time, had any Dutch people in the community. And we always seem, I don't know why, but you always seem to get guys in groups. And we got a whole lot of Dutch guys. We had, at one stage, a lot of French members. I think we had, I don't know if you remember, we had a whole lot of Spanish members at one stage.
I do remember a couple, yeah.
And then Italians we had before. Obviously, still got one. And Finn. We actually had a lot of Scandinavians, Norwegians, Finns, Swedes. Also, the guys there from Denmark. So we've had a real big mix. I mean, look back in the sort of probably our most busiest. We had that Kamenachi from Japan as well.
Japan,
so.
Yeah, Russian as well. We've had
two Russians.
Yeah.
So, you probably weren't there, but we had a Serbian at one point.
Definitely a multinational community over the time.
Yeah, but it's really, really cool that we can actually do that in this day and age. Sign into a device, have a race with people in all different parts of the world. Let's take a look here. Speed Pilot. Here's another one. We've got a German. We also had a group of Germans at one stage before Speed Pilot. Always in groups. Kenny looks like he's closed that gap a bit again.
Two laps to do something about it, so he's got to make it count this time. He's on for a move.
Maybe he's been doing the Alonso strategy, he's been saving his tires. He's been doing El Plan. There he is, right up on the back of Voltiques. So not long left of the race now to put in a move if he's going to try. On the roof of Caney now, let's see the lines that one should take when they race here. I feel like this would be a good place for a rallycross track with all these hills and whatnot. You can see some good sections there of dirt.
Would definitely make a good circuit. We'll have to make one.
They must make an editor in this game so we can make our own tracks and make a rallycross track here. They're not going to give us a new game, they can at least give us an editor. Okay, final lap now. Let's see this battle unfold. Is there going to be a battle, or is this where they're going to stay?
I think Volpeaks is pretty much got it under control.
Kenny does seem to pull a bit of time back on that first sector though. He's just got to keep it under control for one more lap. I think this would be his 4th race of the series, wouldn't it? Because I don't think he raced the first 4. Or the first 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is 4th race.
If it's his 4th race, then that would mean he's got like a 100% win record. So if you think you have what it takes to beat Volpeaks and Kenny the Machines, then come join us at Race Space.
I'm sure there is people out there that would take them on, and with different communities, you know, finishing on project cars and stuff, and moving on to different games.
As long as there's a Project Cars and as long as there's a PlayStation that will play it,
this is where
we'll
are.
probably be doing it, yeah. Whether we're racing everything or we're just focused on a specific class, I can imagine we'll still be doing this for quite a few more years to come. Until there's no power left for me.
Which isn't too far away, really, is it?
Yeah, probably a couple of months, and then you won't hear from me again. I think we're about to go back to the Stone Ages. We're gonna have to learn how to make fire again with stones, or whatever. But great race there, so that means Volpeaks takes another win. Kenny in a solid 2nd place. Palm just fell a little bit off the back of them, but he managed to put in some good laps and showed he had some good pace there. Guttapunk, I think he had a solid night tonight with 4th. Joff, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think he knew where he was going to end up roundabout, so I think he'll be okay with that. M9, I think that's not too bad from him there. Speed Pilot, yeah, he's done pretty well, I think. I think he's always improving and doing a good job, so good from him. And Callum, I've got to say, I'm a little bit disappointed that he didn't go further, but is what it is, and hopefully in his next one he races soon, he'll stick it out to the end. Anyways, good racing, guys.
Yep. Right. I think that concludes it for tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and
that's
championship.
The whole championship. So it's been a good one. We've had some exciting racing. A couple guys said they struggled with this car a bit. I think it just takes a bit of adjusting too. Yeah, I guess probably the next thing we're going to do soon, hopefully, is the rallycross. But you never know. Sometimes we might slip something else in there, but something will be back, and hopefully soon. We just gotta get it to a stage where we can pull off an event with our admin assignments and just time management. Trying to find where I can do this in all this load shedding. But cool. Thanks to Callum for doing commentary most of the rounds, and also Mark, thanks for jumping in on commentary.
No worries,
and helping out. Appreciate it.
Right. Cheers, buddy.
Cool. Cheers. See you guys for the next one.